Apo Golf Sierra here, making a sort of ad hoc video. Thought I should cover this topic. So I've got some, I've mentioned it before in my other videos, but I'll do a sort of comparison here, update. This is a year-old Lafroig 10, and if you know Lafroig, it's, well, it says here, one of the most richly flavoured of all Scotch whiskies, supposedly. Sure is quite on the top of the list in terms of, what would you call them? Phenolics and peatiness. So this is about a year old, and I'll get into that in a sec. So you can see how much is left in the bottle. Here we have just a small amount left in the bottom there in terms of the size of the whole bottle. And I've had this sat at about half size for some time, half full for some time. So for about a year it's roughly been sat half full and going down. And so, well, okay, it's been gradually going down over the year, of course, but for quite some time I can say it's been set with quite a fair amount of oxygen in the bottle. And I occasionally go in for, as you guess you would say in Scotland, going in for digs, going in for some of this, going in for a dram, and taking the top off, having a bit of whiskey, but generally not drinking it as like a, certainly not drinking that as an everyday whiskey, just as on occasions, because obviously it wouldn't last a year if it was an everyday whiskey. But you can tell the difference. So my point is, today I'm talking about oxidation. There's a lot of oxygen in the bottle there that allowed the whiskey to oxidise, and it's changed the characteristics of the whiskey. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. There's oxidation with wine as well. Not that I drink wine, but that's what probably people would be thinking of, sort of red wine oxidising. But you notice the smoky, peaty notes have died down a bit. It's mellowed down. But what that's done is that's enabled other flavours to come through. More sweeter flavours now come through, because that sort of phenolic-y, well, not that sort of smoky, peaty notes have died down a bit. So you do get more of a sort of seaweedy, briny note come through now. So I'll just give this a taste, but the smell is definitely a muted smoke, sort of seaweedy smell. Certainly sweeter. Aftertaste is not as strong as it normally is if you were to get a fresh bottle. Even better comparison it would be is if I bought a brand new bottle and compare them side by side, but I could tell the difference. But it has a more woody essence, more oaky essence coming through. So yeah, that's another thing when you're tasting whiskey or any sort of fine drink. I see people just see it on some sort of, maybe sort of amateurs to the hobby, or people who don't necessarily review it, but they have a video and they show themselves testing out this, strange, obscure alcoholic drink only found in some country in East Europe or something, and they just quickly, they go. And they drink it down, and then they just wonder why. They just have like, oh, that was good or bad. If you're tasting a drink, you don't just want to swallow it straight down. You're not going to get the flavour. You need to taste it. As you see there, I take a little while to taste it on my palate, allow some of the saliva to break it down a bit. But anyway, so this main video here is just an update to sort of cover the topic of oxidation. Not necessarily a bad thing, and also something that a lot of people who are in the whiskey, new to the whiskey world, but might buy whiskey on occasion, wouldn't really be aware of. But once you start storing up a few whiskies, it's something you want to be aware of. So yeah, that's that. But that's basically all I cover in this video. It's still enjoyable though, and I'm just probably going to finish up this bottle soon, because my whiskey collection's running low. So I'll finish off that Lafroig soon, just to make sure it doesn't it's in a very low state, so I wouldn't want to leave it in that low state, 'cause it's probably only diminishing flavour now at that point with the oxidation. So, but it can be a good thing in some cases to bring through notes that were previously obscured by the strongness of other elements of the whisky. You can uncover stuff that's blanketed by other or shadowed by other flavours. It's been 2E0 PGS. Thanks for watching, and catch you on the next video.